I mean, you're thick, you're super lean, single-digit body fat. The shoulders are wide, but what about the legs? He's 5'11", I'm saying, maybe 6 feet, 5'11", 182 pounds. I mean, you're thick, you're super lean, single-digit body fat. The shoulders are wide, but what about the legs? If he's got no legs, men's physique, if he's got the legs, we'll see what he can do in classic or bodybuilding. Yeah, he's got legs, they're not bad.
Definitely need to work on them. Probably my weakest point, I'd say.
You're leaner from the chest up than you are from the waist down. So your legs are you're still lean, but there's no like cross striation feathers, but you're only cutting right now. All right, let's see what you look like in a front relax pose. So basically front relax, you stand like this. So you want to have your legs out like that, pushing to the side, and just stand like this. I see you're tensing your stomach. Try sucking in your stomach and putting your chest up as, yes. See, your waist is tiny. The most important thing you're looking for in bodybuilding, the genetics, is a small waist. He has you see how small his waist is? It's smaller than Chris Bumstead. That's why you look so big. That's why you can be 182 pounds and look so big. In comparison, if I stand next to you, you see the difference? Yeah. My waist is significantly bigger. You can see my legs I have more cut and bigger, but you would look much better. If we were you would easily beat me in a competition. Your waist is so much smaller. Now, same pose from the rear. And so from the rear, we're trying to flex the hamstring. So you have to just tense, yeah, you got it. Try to look straight, you're looking your head down, looking straight ahead, and just suck in as much as you can. Again, relax the arms a bit, like yeah, there you go, yeah. I mean, so you can see it, the potential. The waist is so small compared to the shoulders. So we have width here, small, and his legs are actually quite developed. So I see no reason why you couldn't do classic physique. I wouldn't do bodybuilding, even though you could still compete, but you would look good in classic. But you would stand out the most in men's physique. Yeah, so I put my toe and I'm putting pressure down so that I can flex this muscle. And at the same time, it allows this cord come out. You see that muscle. So you're trying to show everything. And I like to flex my stomach. So I'm blowing my air out, like tense the stomach, and then hit the bicep pose. I would put your leg more to the side. Like that, like this. Yeah, more like that, a bit more flow. And at the same time, you have weight on this leg. So all my weight's on my left leg. That's flexing the left leg. And then the toe, all your weight's coming here like you're doing this. Almost like you're flicking. Some snow is on my foot and I want to throw it at someone. And so I'm doing that. And then it's just the biceps while flexing the abs, almost like I'm doing an ab shot. Look at your stomach, it's so tiny. Yeah, it looks great. Elbows up. If you're down here, it's not gonna look as big as if you're up a bit higher. Awesome. Next, let's do a thigh and abdominal. So for this one, just put one leg in front. I always start with my leg like this and I'm pushing out again. And after I'll flex down, and you can show, if you have super cut legs, you'll see some striations. You'll see the super lean guys will look good up and down like that. They'll have feathers. Hands above your head, and you blow out all your air. Next, side chest. One toe inside the other foot. Should be touching your feet together. There, perfect. Bending your knees. As soon as I bend, you can see some striations on the side. If you don't see anything going on here, you're not lean enough to compete. I mean, in off season, you don't need to have this much, but you see a lot of guys saying their glutes are shredded. If you have glutes, you're just flexing here like that. If you're super lean, you'll see a few lines go up on the side. And then from there, you have your hand on your wrist. Yeah, your chest, shoulders, biceps, it's so strong of a body part. Like you can see my legs, a little bit more development than yours, but your chest, arms, shoulders, more developed than I have. A lot of muscle. Because your waist is so small, everything looks better. Like there's so much more potential. My genetics are still great, but yours are better. My waist is too thick. You can see it, and so to offset that, it's hard. I have to have so much more muscle here, but I don't have a classic looking physique. More so, I'm more like an open class bodybuilder. But for you, if you had 10 or 20 pounds more muscle, and the scary thing is, at 5'11", you can weigh 220 something. It's sick. It doesn't even make sense. You can put on 40 pounds of muscle and still be classic, which is just ridiculous. I think they should actually lower the weight classes by 20 pounds and have it natty. The way it is right now, they're encouraging people to use steroids because 220 pounds at your height, 40 more pounds of muscle. I mean, you're not doing that natural, there's no way. And once you've done a side chest, side tricep is the same thing. You're doing this pose, all you change is you grab your hand behind your back and blow your out. Do this side, same thing. And you're twisting. If you have the right light, you will see this. So you're trying to show that muscle on the side. Awesome. Next, a back double bicep. So for the back, you're basically putting your leg out like this, flexing this muscle. This is why I say it's a strength of mine. I have a lot of conditioning. I don't really have to work on it. So that's there. Let's see if we give it a go. You can actually look at your face. This is designed to do this. I feel like this is a sex room. They got mirrors on the ceiling in the back. Everyone's seeing what's going on. Yeah, go for it. Oh yeah, a lot of detail. Just bring the biceps up there. This peak, you want to see higher than that. There it is. Awesome. Calf's good. All you would need is a bit more definition in the lower half, but everything's there. This is a competitive physique. This is a physique that belongs on a competitive stage for sure. And then the lat spread. Same pose of the legs. A lot of guys will start like this to show the Christmas tree. You see people looking for the tree is basically all up here and you see striations in there. Yep. Bring it out and spread it as wide as you can like that. Beautiful. And then you get fancy poses. You can do one like this, bring it out, do the classic poses, the bow and arrow, all those kind of poses. All right, let's see what you got for the lat spread. Remember, this is just for bodybuilding. You don't even do this pose in classic. Christmas tree, bringing it in. Yeah, that's good. You got lines in the Christmas tree. Wider, you had it. Yeah, bring it out here. Yeah, there it is. Awesome. Your potential is limitless. The waist is so small and you already have a huge upper body. If you want to do classic, you build up the legs for sure. But if you just do men's physique, you don't need to worry about the legs. But obviously you're gonna want to do both. You love training them.
I'm training them like as much as the upper body right now.
And I would do both divisions. Like you can compete in a competition, you can do classic, you can do men's physique, and do bodybuilding. Freaking win them all. Do it all.
That'd be nice.
So if I was coaching you right now and I was to look at you, I would say you're probably 6 weeks out from being like stupid shredded in a show. Like, so if you wanted to compete and just turn heads and be like stupidly lean, 6 weeks. But if you showed up like this, you'd be 90% of competitors, even right now. Oh yeah, you don't need, like a lot of people overestimate, they think you have to be like as lean as C-Bum. Most guys that show up to a state level or provincial level contest are not gonna be at 5% body fat. Single digits, you're probably good for your first time competing. If you've never competed before, don't feel like you need to get to 5%. Diet the best you can, don't suffer, don't go too crazy, enter the show, and if it was fun, the next show you can do, you can diet a bit harder. You might start at 8%, the next show, 7%, the next one, 6%, the next 5%, and then, okay, now I want my pro card, okay, now go nuts. But compete, first time, do it natural. Unless you're 25 years of age, I would suggest you don't do steroids at all because you have so many gains left on the table. The sooner you start steroids, obviously you're gonna make a lot of gains, but if you wait until you're older, like me, I trained for 20 years natural. I didn't use them until I was at my natural genetic limit. I believe that the journey is the fun part. As long as you're making gains, you're gonna have fun in the gym. If you put too much gains in too young, you almost get used to it. Like you put on so much muscle so young that what if you only put on 10 pounds in the next 5 years? It's gonna be like, I only put on 10 pounds. Yeah. But 10 pounds in 5 years is good for most guys. If you gain too much too fast, it kind of like makes you want more. It's almost like if you make $1 million this year, and next year you make $500,000, you'll feel like you didn't make much. Yeah. But if you make 100 this year, 200, then 300, then 400, you always feel like you're making more. So that's my theory. This is just what I think. It doesn't mean it's true, it's the way my mind thinks.
Yeah, definitely. I'm still like new to it, so I've only been training, but it's gonna be 3 years in a few months. So maybe we'll see. We'll see how
Absolutely. Yeah, and if you don't want to compete yet and you just want to keep going, there's nothing wrong. There's no pressure to do it, but like I'm just telling you, if you competed, you'd be like, holy shit, people would talk about you for sure in the show.
I'll see.
So I knew he looked good. I looked at his photos, but I'm way more impressed seeing him in person, how his physique looks, than I was expecting. I didn't expect your waist to be that small. That's what makes you stand out. Because when I saw it, it's like, yeah, I'm like 180 and I'm like 5'11". I'm like, doesn't sound very big. It's not that impressive, but like, you know, the waist being that small. If you had a bigger waist, it wouldn't look the same.
I see what you mean, yeah. Proportions, all those insertions and stuff.
All right, and so let me know in the comment section, est-ce qu'il est naturel ou non?
Ou pas, ouais.
Est-ce que c'est naturel ou ce n'est pas naturel? Laissez-nous savoir dans les... What's a comment in French?
Commentaire.
Commentaire dessous la vidéo.
He's good.
Merci beaucoup.